Hello and welcome to another Happily Letter After tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make a simple floral monogram, and we're just going to do a single color, but you can feel free to use other colors. This is extremely easy to follow along with on paper if you want to do that instead. And if you do it on paper, I will have a tutorial on that in the blog post, but I'm not going to show you how to do that in video. I'm just going to show you how to do it in Procreate. And it's super easy to do. You're just going to need to print out a letter and whatever font you like. I suggest using a slab serif font. It makes it easier, and then you can trace it. But first, let's show you how to do it in Procreate. So you're going to want a square canvas if you want to post it on Instagram. I have 3,000 pixels by 3,000 pixels, but feel free to use whatever size you want. And I'm going to go over here to the colors and double tap on the color wheel here, and if you can't get to it, just click this disc at the bottom, double tap on the bottom to get pure black, and then we're going to go to our wrench icon and we're going to go to add text, and I'm going to do the letter S, and we're going to go to edit style, and I'm going to pick a nice thick font. Let's see. I'm going to go with Arial Bold since a lot of people have that one, and I'm going to up the size quite a bit. Okay, and you can click done, and we're going to go back to our wrench. Let's go to canvas, turn on our drawing guide, click edit drawing guide, and we're going to bump this size up all the way, and I'm going to change the color here just so you can see it a little bit better, make it darker. Click done. Now go to your layer that has the S, which is right here, and we're going to click the arrow and we're going to move it so it's centered. So we want these little dots here to line up, and then you can just click the arrow again to deselect. We're going to move this down here underneath the layer 1, click the N, and we're going to turn down the opacity quite a bit. I don't know if you could see it, but I have it at about 8% right now. And we're going to go back up to layer 1, and this is where we're going to start drawing. And I am going to grab from my brushes, and you can, again, you can use whatever brushes you want if you're doing it on paper. Obviously, you can use pencils, pens, markers. So for my HLA lettering pack that I have, I'm going to use my medium round monoline. And all we're going to do is we're going to start drawing some flowers. And they're going to be very simple flowers, and I'm going to show you step by step how to do them. So first I'm going to do some roses. So you're going to want to do like a little C. Oop. Hang on. Oh, my opacity's down. Make sure your opacity's up. Sorry about that. I must have accidentally clicked something. Okay. So you're going to make a little C, and then you're going to connect it so it's kind of like a little crescent moon. And then you're going to keep doing like little C curve shapes all the way around for the petals. And I apologize about my dog barking outside. He was bored, and we have a break in the rain today. So we're going to do some more roses, and you can do them in various sizes and in various areas on your letter that you choose. And we want to fill all the space of the letter. We don't want there to be any gaps, because when we take away our letter, we want all of our flowers to fill in the shape so that you know what the letter is. And this makes great gifts. You can hang it in your house. You could do your last initial of your last name. You could do your first name. You could do it as a gift for somebody. You could do a whole word. And it's beautiful in color too. And my watercoloring set, it looks really good doing that. If you look at my Pinterest, you can see I have actually one that I made in there. Okay, next we're gonna do, well, let me do one more rose, and then we're gonna do some simple flowers and some leaves. And I might add a few branches in there too, depending on how it's looking. Again, you just wanna fill the space, so do it at your own discretion, what you think looks best. It's all in the eye of the beholder, so you make the call on how many you want to do and how tight you want it, but you do want to make sure you fill it pretty well. Okay, so we're going to do some really, really simple flowers, and you probably know how to do these since elementary school, but we're just going to draw a little circle, and then we're going to do 5 petals. And you can use different layers if you want. I'm just gonna do it all in one layer since I'm just doing this in one color. I'm not doing multiple colors for this piece. If you were gonna do something fancier, then definitely go for more layers if you wanted to. More layers never hurts until you run out of space. That does happen actually, especially if you're doing animations in Procreate, which I might show in a future class. If you would like to see anything specific, please comment on this video or on the blog post, send me an email. I would love to hear from you, and tell me if there's anything specific you would like to learn, and I can show you either on Procreate or on paper or whatever, and I will be glad to accommodate if I can. I like to experiment with different things, so I am okay with learning new things right alongside with you. And you don't have to do flowers. You could do swirls, you could do patterns. There are so many things you can do. This is just simple little floral things since it's spring. All right, so now we're gonna do leaves, and this is super easy as well. You're gonna wanna do a curved line, and then you're gonna do another curved line so it meets at a point, and then you can draw a line down the middle, and if you wanna add a couple little lines off the side for the veins, and we'll add these especially to the roses. So simple little doodles. We're gonna have this flower on top of the leaf, so we'll kind of add it like that. And it's okay if it looks like it's cut off. That just makes it look a little bit more realistic, you know? It makes it look like this S was cut out of a garden or something, so that makes it have a cool effect. So that's why I left that leaf kind of open like that. But again, it's all depending on your style, how you want it to look. So, and I'd love to see what you come up with. So if you do this tutorial, if you share with me on Instagram and use the hashtag Wonder Wednesday Projects and then tag me at BlackRose613, I would love to see what you come up with. And if you have any questions about anything, how to do any of these tutorials, you need further insight, please let me know and I will be happy to help you. See, I kind of like having the flowers sitting on top of the leaves like that. I think it kind of gives it more of a realistic dimensional feel, like they're all laying down here on the sides. So I'm going to add in a few little branches, and so for that you can have them going off the sides and off the rows. You just do a line and do a couple of lines coming off of them. Do little circles, so they're kind of like little berry branches. I'm going to do this one coming off the side a bit here. 2-finger tap to undo because I got a little bit over the line of the S there, and we don't want that. We want it to look as close as we can. I'm going to add another little flower in here. See, that's also the beauty of using one layer, is you don't have to keep going back and forth to other layers to add things like that, because when I do layers, I like to keep things separate. So I like to have my 5-petal flowers on one, and then I would have my roses on one and the leaves on another and the branches on a completely different layer. But this is all one, so it saves you a little bit of time. I mean, it's not like a huge hassle or anything, but if you're gonna do anything fancy with your layers, like clipping masks or anything like that, you're gonna wanna definitely use more than one layer for your illustrations. And definitely feel free to use different types of flowers. If you've looked at my other blog post where I show you how to draw simple flowers, I have a bunch of different types you can use, and you can practice and you can add those into your piece as well. Or research your own flowers, especially if you're doing it as a gift for somebody. Find out what their favorite flower is, and then you can add that to your piece, and it gives it more of that personal touch to it. Homemade gifts are always the best. And I'll do one more little flower over here. And it's okay if they don't look perfect. This is just a little doodled floral. Okay, and now we can go to our layers, turn off our S, and see how it looks. So there you go. You have your S, and it's all doodled with your flowers. And if you wanted to color this in like coloring book style, you got to make sure that all your lines are closed. For instance, obviously this is not closed, so you would need to close this before you would color it. And this looks like it's closed, but it may not be fully closed. You just got to be aware of that when you're dropping colors. And I'm going to turn off our drawing guide, so we don't need that anymore. But to drop colors, let's say I wanted to do, we do pink for the roses. You would just pick your color, and you would click on your circle, and you would drag it into wherever you want. So see, I colored in that petal, and you can color it in if you want, or you could leave it black and white. It depends, it's all up to you. I recommend if you're going to do a sketch first if you're gonna do it on paper, and then ink it in if you're unsure of your abilities with the flowers and everything. I mean, they're pretty simple, but practice, you know. So it's all up to you on how you do your style. Everybody's different. But have fun with this, and I can't wait to see what you create, and have a wonderful day.